10 live wires will be given the unique opportunity to share their creativity with the world and become the next top live wire. I'm your host, Heather Boyd Wire, and this is Live Wires for the Win, Season 3. 5 weeks of wire art challenges will count down to one winner of the grand prize, a collaboration video on my YouTube channel, a $100 gift certificate for my Etsy shop, and $200 worth of wire and tools from Beadalon. This is an elimination challenge with a twist. Viewers will have the opportunity to vote for their favorite creations and give feedback on the work. Your judges will be wire artist Heather Boyd, multimedia artist and author Patricia Srigley, and a weekly mystery judge. Hello, Live Wires. Welcome to Season 3 of Live Wires for the Win. I'm very happy to be doing yet another series of this exciting wire art and jewelry challenge show. So welcome back to our judge from Season 1 and Season 2, Patricia Srigley.
Hi.
Patricia is an artist and author, and I will link up her website for all kinds of amazing fantasy novels for young adults, picture books for kids, and she does the most amazing beaded wire figures for window charms. And so I'll link up all her info in the description. Welcome back, Season 2 regular judge and Season 1 guest judge, Mimi.
Hello.
So Mimi is a well-known Montreal photographer. She does very unique photography. She photographs dolls in the nature, and she does all kinds of amazing custom photography. I will link up her website in the description below and follow her on Instagram as well at Mimi B Dolls. So without further ado, we are going to get started on this week's participants. This week's theme was My Wonderful World of Wire. This theme is a way for participants to introduce themselves and express who they are. Participants can explore this theme in any way they like. They may create works that represent their personality, their interests, and or their favorite things. They can experiment with different techniques and a variety of wire colors, gauges, and textures. And they can create wire art or jewelry. And as always, these themes can be interpreted in any way that the artist would like. We will go through the participants in order of when I received their submissions. So the first participant is Cynthia, and Cynthia writes, "The cobweb basket is my fall wire creation this year. I enjoy making various wire projects all during the year for various holidays, events, and gifts. I'm always thinking of something to make or working on something made of wire. That's my world of wire. The basket is made of 8-inch pieces of 16-gauge wire. I took all 8 wires and lined them up evenly and then used 26-gauge wire to bind them all together at the center. I then started looping the wire around the spokes of the basket and shaped it as I went along, working directly off the spool. I then curled the ends of each of the wires to finish them off." So Patricia, would you like to start and discuss Cynthia's work?
Sure. I thought this basket was so beautiful, and I was very impressed by the craftsmanship and how well done the wire work was. I especially liked the contrast between the thick ribs and the thin wire, which really does look thin enough to be spider webbing. I also thought the ribs looked a bit like spider legs themselves. So it was almost like there was a spider in the center of the web and its legs were holding the thin cobweb strands. So I thought this was really beautiful, and it worked on a number of levels for me.
Awesome. Perfect. And Mimi, how did you like Cynthia's work?
I really like the fact that she likes giving gifts and is part of her inspiration. I think the basket is really well made. As Patricia said, I like how she had like bigger wire for the form, and then she used smaller wire for like the weaving. It has a good purpose along as it being well made, so I was just gonna go with that.
Perfect. I agree with you, Mimi. I love the functionality of this piece. I love the idea of a traditional basket. I mean, it's like very deep in many cultures, traditions, and it's very symbolic of gift giving, you know, a gift basket. So I thought in that sense it was really lovely and very telling about Cynthia's personality of that she likes to give gifts and be a giving person, and beautifully made, very simple but very clean lines. Lovely, lovely work. So thank you, Cynthia. That's awesome. And next we have Sabrina. So Sabrina writes, I would like to say my personality is compassionate, creative, and friendly. I made the personality trait bubbles using the colors that went with each personality. Compassion is magenta, creativity is mustard yellow, and friendliness is orange. I would say I am compassionate because I love my family and animals. I would say I'm creative because I love to make jewelry, draw, and create wire work. I would say I'm friendly because I love to help people and donate to any animal charity. These are the 3 personality traits that describe me most. I made this theme using 3 different types of wire, aluminum, copper, and memory wire, and I used many colors. I only used 18 gauge. So I'll start with Sabrina. And yeah, it's a lovely little piece. Sabrina's work is always very whimsical, and I love how she represented herself within her family. And the little figure is super cute. She used wire, but also some cone-shaped beads and pearls for the feet. So a lovely use of materials and nice variety of color. Lovely work, Sabrina. And Patricia, what do you think of Sabrina's work?
Yeah, I felt I liked how personal her piece was, as well as having her name. I felt the charms communicated a lot about her. And like you, my favorite was the cute little doll with the orange pigtails. And yeah, it was a very beautiful piece.
Nice. And Mimi?
I also like the fact that it's really personal, and I also like the fact that she used different color wire for the different representations of the things. It's kind of fun that she has like little circles with items in them, and I like how it's hanging off of her name. It makes it even more personal, and I think she did a great job.
Nice. That's awesome. So next we have Amanda, and Amanda writes, this piece is a reflection of my roots and the strong longing I've had of late to visit home with my son. I'm Canadian, Newfie, living in Australia for the past 15 years, depicted through the snow-tipped maple leaf, the distinctive shape of Newfoundland Island, and of course the Aussie kangaroo. Noel and O'Keefe are family surnames. It's my first time making words, and I like the result. I'm a painter. I love simplicity and subtle details that portray story and movement. My son is the center of my wonderful world, and he loves soccer. I used a combination of 18 gauge, 20 gauge, 22 gauge, 26 gauge, and 28 gauge copper, rose, and silvery wire to build and affix the pieces together. I hope you enjoy my wire painting. So Mimi, would you like to start with Amanda's?
Sure. I like the fact that she's Canadian. I think that's really cool that there's a Canadian who submitted. I also like the fact that all of her interests are within the maple leaf. It's also really cool you're living in Australia. That's really interesting. And that you have a piece of Australia in it too. The soccer ball is like super cute, and also the kangaroo is super well made. So well done. And there you go.
Nice. Awesome. And Patricia, what do you think of Amanda's work?
Yeah, I really loved this creation. I found it was really striking because of the simplicity. Um, and it also told us a lot about Amanda and the things that are important to her. Um, Wire is so much harder to draw with than a pencil, and I felt she really managed to get that sketching quality, the line quality with the wire. And so she managed to capture, the feel of drawing with the wire. And I really liked her choice of the copper colored wire. So I felt this piece really worked well.
Nice. Yeah, I really love this piece as well. I love the way the maple leaf actually looks like a map. It's so interesting. And then that's reflected in the Newfoundland map inside. I really loved the soccer ball. I thought it was genius how she did just four beads, two black, two white, to represent a soccer ball, because that's not easy to create that illusion. But you can read it, reads as a soccer ball right away, and then the boy like kicking the ball. It's just simple lines, but very effective. And the lettering's great. First time making letters, that's amazing. And yeah, all the little elements within the leaf are beautiful. And I really, really love the little white beads on the leaf to represent a snow. And it's so funny because we're doing an Inktober challenge, which is a different drawing for every day of the month of October. And one of the challenges was frost. And so I actually did a maple leaf drawing with frost around the outside. So this really made me think about that, and how, it's amazing with art how you can have such an effective piece with just like a very simple use of materials. So yeah, congratulations, Amanda. I thought it was a really nice one for sure. Beautiful. So next we have Amy. Amy writes, I asked my daughter about my personality and what she thought about me when she thinks of me, and she caught me off guard when she said an umbrella. I am very protective of my family, my friends, my pets, and interests. The umbrella itself shows the chaos in my life at times with the swirls and twirls. The raindrops show that the rain does come down, but it allows things to grow, but also lets you appreciate the sunshine more. The handle is sturdy and ornate, and even a little refined, and I dare say a bit organized. This is me, your umbrella. So she used 18 gauge rose gold wire for the frame of the umbrella and the handle, 24 gauge multicolor wire for the chaos design in the umbrella, 26 gauge gold wire for the wrap on the handle, 2 coated glass teardrop beads for the raindrops, and 1 Ethiopian opal for the handle. So yeah, I thought this work was really lovely. I love the clean design. I love the symbolism of the work that she asked her daughter what would represent her. Sometimes we need another person's perspective to really see our own qualities. And I thought that was very perceptive of her daughter to mention the umbrella. The work itself is beautiful. The chaos wrap is really effective, a very effective way to fill in the space of the umbrella, and it really creates movement, which is really interesting, and the multicolors. And I love the way that the raindrops were staggered, so it's a bit asymmetrical, which is nice, and a beautiful weave on the handles. So a very lovely piece, Amy. And Mimi, what did you think of Amy's piece?
I really agree with everything you just said, actually. I love her daughter's perception as well, that the umbrella represents her. I love the way she filled in the umbrella with the chaotic, different colored wire. I love rose gold, so the rose gold definitely got me. And I also like the fact that you included a frame with it, which is really unique that we don't usually get. So I think overall you've done a great job. And it's also the umbrella itself is just super well made. So well done.
Awesome. And Patricia, what do you think of Amy's work?
Yeah, I love the originality of this idea. And I thought it worked so well as a whole. The color choices, the orange and purple, and the raindrops. And I was really impressed by the handle. Like she could have just done a thick wire and curved it, but no, this is a beautiful handle with the bead at the very end.
Good. So great job, Amy. So next we have Stacy. Stacy writes, a few main things I love is the night sky, northern lights, rocks, my cats, and my hubby. So I decided to do a sun catcher wall hanger of these things. My piece is called Northern Life. Materials are 18 gauge aluminum wire, multicolors used for the northern lights and cats, 20 gauge gold wire for the moon and grass, 26 gauge wire for the wrapping, and stainless steel chain to hang, crystal beads for stars, check glass heart, and natural citrine for the outer circle of a steel 5.5-inch hoop. So Mimi, would you like to start with Stacy's?
I love this piece. I remember I looked through all the pieces and this was the one that really stood out to me. I love the colors. I can totally relate with loving the night sky and the evening. I love going for night walks. I'm a photographer, so like the northern lights and like the stars and the moon are like some of the things I like to photograph myself. So this piece also just speaks to me in a sense. I love animals, so I can also relate with that. Overall, this piece is super well made. I love how it's in the circle and you have all the elements in it. And every single piece in the circle is well thought out, well made, well done. So overall, very well done and good job.
Awesome. And Patricia, what do you think of Stacy's piece?
Yeah, it's such a sweet romantic piece. And I guess I really liked the variety of it. There was so much going on, like the beads with the glowing stars, the colored swirlies for the northern lights, the strong black wire that really reads as silhouettes for the cats. And I just thought this was so sweet and I love it.
Nice. Yeah, I agree with you guys. This is a really lovely piece. It really evokes a lot of emotion with the kitties kind of looking out into the night sky. I really love the way she portrayed the northern lights just with simple loops, but with the different colors. It's very effective. And then just a little sprinkling of stars and the moon with the little chaos wrap in it. And all the elements fit together. You know, there's a lot of different techniques used here, but all those elements fit together, and it's a beautifully constructed. Awesome job, Stacy. So next we have Karen, and Karen writes, because wire is a medium that allows for a variety of forms and techniques, it is good material through which to explore my ever-changing interest. A single strand can be as simple or complex as my skill and imagination will allow. There is no one piece that captures my personality or my favorite things, which is why I've chosen a charm bracelet to express all of my interests and life roles, such as mother, gardener, fur mom, and artist. I have yet to conform to a single style of art and will continuously be drawn to trying new things. This is why the bracelet is so full of different techniques and styles and many charms to showcase how I'm all over the place in my art life. The charm bracelet itself is formed of 3 styles of links: a silver infinity link, a copper hammered heart, and a gold circle. I have always tried to put a fresh spin on my projects, which is why each link is of a different material, texture, color, and gauge. And Karen has detailed all the different charms in the description that she sent. You can check out more details for each individual charm in the link to the Google Drive form. I will link it up below. But as an overview of the bracelet, let me talk about Karen's work. I thought it was a really lovely piece. There's a lot going on there for sure. Definitely, she's really tried to cover all her bases with all her interests and her passions, and each individual piece was really nicely made. A nice variety of colors, of the different tones of wire. Yeah, I liked all the little pieces. I liked how they symbolized everything, and I like the idea of a charm bracelet too. It's a really nice representation of who she is, and it's a practical piece that she can wear. Mimi, would you like to talk about Karen's piece?
Sure. Well, I love the fact that it's a charm bracelet. It brings back like memories of my grandma and my grandpa used to give me a charm every year up until I was 21. And the charm bracelet actually looked very similar. It's cool in that way because I can really relate to it. I love all the little details and all the little charms. There's one of like a little tree in a circle, and it's super well made. There's this little guy, that little guy.
Oh, a seahorse.
A seahorse, thank you. And everything's super well made. I love all the different colors. I think that's like the perfect representation of someone is on a bracelet with the little charms. I think that's why they're so popular, and I think you've done a great job.
Awesome. And Patricia, what do you think of Karen's bracelet?
I think I was most impressed by her attention to detail. And like even the links themselves have different shapes and colors. She didn't just do 6 charms. She did a whole bracelet full of beautiful little charms. And they're so well made, like you know exactly what each one is. There's no doubt. And yeah, no, just so beautiful. And it's something I would be happy to wear myself.
Nice.
So,
Awesome. So next we have Ashita, and Ashita writes, here is my complete artwork for the first week. I have made a wire sculpture, and it was my first time making something like this. Here I have represented, imagine myself in a place of this fairy doing wire work. As I'm really passionate about wire art and craft, I decided to go with this as my creation for the challenge. This is a magical fairy who has the power of creation. She can create anything from wire as her world evolves around. The fairy here seems to forget the whole world, and her power and creation is the only thing that exists in her world whenever she is using her power. Just like how it happens to me while I'm working on a wire art project. I sometimes even forget to eat while working on these projects as I'm too caught up with them and too concentrated on them. So this is what I made for the very first theme, my wonderful world of wire. I hope you like it. So maybe would you like to start with Ashita's work?
Yeah, sure. I can relate to forgetting to eat when you're doing a project because that happens to me frequently. So I know that feeling. So I want to start with that. But no, your work is really nice. I like how you made a sculpture for your very first time, like in a competition, and I think you've done a really good job of it. The little figures, like you see stuff like this at like art shows that are quite high end. So the little figure is very well made. I was quite impressed. The little wings and like everything added onto it is super cute. I like your choice of like that brass, I guess you could call wire, instead of using like a silver wire. It kind of makes it more, in my opinion, it makes it more high end. So yeah, I think you've done a great job. I don't know if you've added like a little bead in like the little ball that she's holding, but it almost looks like you have like a little ball, like a little bead or something in there, which is kind of interesting to have some mixed media. Yeah, that's really cool. Very well done.
Awesome. Patricia, what do you think of Ashita's piece?
Well, I really love fairies, and so I thought this was a great idea and so creative. I really liked the pose. It has movement, and to me, it looked like this fairy wasn't just making something with wire, but she was wrestling with that wire a little bit to get her idea out. And I really liked that this fairy hangs. I like things that hang on the wall and that you really see them. So yeah, I thought this was a beautiful idea and really well done.
Nice. Yeah, that's always a challenge, is to know what to do with the piece. Do you frame it? Do you hang it? Do you mount it on something else? But this is a nice solution to have it hanging on the wall. She almost looks like she's fishing, right? It's a really interesting pose. I love the simple wings and then the really, wound figure. It's not easy to make a wire figure look more on the massive side. And I like the way she twisted the wire around. It just has a lot of feeling of movement too. You could see the wheels turning in her brain as she's creating something out of wires. So yeah, it's a super fun piece, and nice that she used a couple colors of wire to give it a little bit of interest and contrast as well. So great job, Ashita. So next we have Sharon. Sharon is a return visitor from season 1 and season 2. So welcome back, Sharon. And Sharon writes, I used different gauge wires from 18 to 26 gauge and different techniques like coiling, twisting, and a sort of Celtic macrame type braiding. There's a river at the bottom. For the bridge, I used some flat copper wire that I hammered a little flatter. The labradorite flowers up towards the upper right are representative of my children. The musical note on there, obviously, I like music and I love my boyfriend. That's him on the bridge. I just love nature and thought, why not make one of those tree of life kind of wonderful world of wires? And that's my piece. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I'll start with Sharon's work. Yeah, Sharon has a lot going on this piece. She definitely did a lot of details with the tree. The tree is really funky. It's very organic looking, very like twisted, windy. And I found the frame really interesting. I couldn't quite figure it out. It looked like it was like half made out of either wood or metal and then half made out of wire. She's included all, the main elements about who she is. And I also really love the bridge with the metal piece, flattened metal. On first glance, it looked like a wood, but according to her description, it's flattened metal. I found that bridge really interesting. My eye keeps getting drawn to that area of the piece. Really fun, Sharon. Good job. Mimi, what did you think of Sharon's piece?
It's pretty cool. It's there is a lot going on. The bridge is cool. I like the random music note just kind of hanging off the vine or whatever it is. There, I think there's like a tree or something or like a hedge like on the side.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. It almost looks like it should go like hanging off like a fireplace or something. I don't know why I get that vibe. And all the different colored wires. It's a lot of fun. Good job.
Awesome. And Patricia, what do you think of Sharon's work?
I had noted the same thing as you, that the piece had a really organic feel, which is, apropos with the trees and all the growth. There's a lot in there, and I think it tells us a lot about what's important to Sharon. I really like the addition of, a limited number of beads. And even though there's so much going on, I felt it all worked very well together. It held together, and it just had a really organic, natural feel.
Nice. Awesome. Good job, Sharon. So next we have Marie, and Marie writes, my project is a fall pumpkin theme for my newest grandson, Noah, who was born at 27 weeks. I used a soft 18 gauge for the frame of the pumpkin and 18 gauge copper using the crazy wire method to give the effect of the pumpkin. I added an acorn made of 22 gauge wire in the center and an oak leaf made of 20 gauge red wire. I wrapped 24 gauge around the pumpkin stem. Patricia, what do you think of Marie's work?
I felt it had a really sketchy feel, like a pencil sketch with all those moving lines. I really liked the choice of the black and the orange for the piece. It is Halloween season in October, so those colors come to mind. And the little acorn in the center was really nicely highlighted by the pumpkin surrounding it. And yeah, just very, very nice movement in this piece.
Awesome. And Mimi, what do you think of Marie's piece?
I think it's kind of cool. There is a lot going on. I do like the little acorn in the middle. It makes her a fun piece. I like that there is some like very personal meaning behind it. I think you did overall a good job.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the symbolism of this piece that the acorn represents her grandson and the idea of, how a tiny acorn can grow into a massive, mighty oak tree. And then she has the reference to the oak tree in the silhouette of the oak leaf. She did a really lovely sketch as her base sketch, and then she traced it around with wire. I thought it's always lovely to see people's work in progress and preliminary steps and drawings, and definitely well thought out, this piece. I love how she calls the wrap the crazy wrap. Some people call it a chaos wrap. It's just so fun, like you said, Patricia, sketching with the wire, which is really fun. Lovely job, Marie. Thanks so much for sharing. So now we have Nicole, and Nicole writes, this piece is called My Garden of Growth. This year in particular has been a significant time of healing and growth for me, so I wanted to encompass some of it in this piece. I used several gauges of colors of aluminum, copper, and phosphorus bronze wire. I wire wrapped a light inside a watering can to show my inner light. The grass and soil spirals are my connection to the universe. Spirals are also a symbol of growth. The brown are the parts of me that I need to start to work on. Each flower represents a piece of me that I'm nurturing and growing. The chakra flower speaks for itself. The heart flower is for my love, compassion, and understanding for others and myself. The Om is my mindfulness, and the mouth with the notes represents my self-expression. The border represents my boundaries. Patricia, would you like to start with Nicole's work?
This was a really appealing piece, this mini garden. It came across as a garden, there was no doubt. And I particularly liked the green swirly ground. That just works so well. And then these sort of out of control flowers sprouting out of it really enthusiastically. And the figure, of course, tending the garden. And I really liked that she included a light in the watering can. That just looks absolutely amazing. And it's such an original idea, and it works perfectly with the wire. So I was very impressed.
Awesome. And Mimi, what do you think of Nicole's piece?
I think it's super cute. I love how it's like a standalone statue. I love the little light in the watering can. The garden itself is so well made. I love all the little detail that has gone into it. I really like all the colors too. It really impacts it. And also the fact that you have a really interesting shape for the base of it. It kind of brings it to life. So very well done.
I really love this piece as well. I love how thoughtful the piece was. She put so much thought into each individual element. The light was fantastic. It really works well within a tightly woven piece. It shines through. It's not easy to integrate that type of element with the wire work. I love the base with the swirls. It makes for a really nice solid grounded piece with the flat wire encompassing it. Through these elements, we really get to know a lot about Nicole. I love the way she made each piece slightly different. It's a really lovely piece, beautiful colors, really nicely done, Nicole.
And now let's hear from our viewers. For Cynthia, this has a nice and even weave. Love it. Hi Cynthia, wow, this was a lot of work. Love the curled ends and the fine detail. I love this little bowl. It would be great to use in so many ways. You could put your keys in it by the front door or your rings by the sink. Pretty and useful. Great job, Cynthia. And for Sabrina, love the colors. I love Sabrina's traits. They're very cute. Good idea, Sabrina, and you made your name too. Nice work. Good luck. Fun. Love the variety of materials. Hi, this is so cute. I love all your dangles on your name. The colors are beautiful and you use lots of techniques. My favorite is you. It's adorable. Great job, Sabrina. And for Amanda, this is very creative and it has such a bittersweet story. Amanda, you left Canada, but Canada didn't leave you. Love the maple leaf. In my country, we have a leaf like that, and I always think of your maple leaf. Wonderful job, Amanda. Good luck. Love the choice of all the aspects of your life in this balanced composition. Wow, I'm so in love with your piece. I agree your writing is really good, but the map, your son, and the soccer ball, and your painting are incredible. I live in Ontario, Canada, and I adore your maple leaf. Well done, Amanda. And for Amy, I really love this one. Love the colors and the way it's made. Very nice work and neat wire weave. My choice of number 1 this week. This is gorgeous, and I love how it's framed, and rightfully so. It's a true work of art. Amy, I'm a very protective person too. I love the beautiful umbrella and the colors. Fantastic work. Good for you. Beautiful. Lovely detail. Love your description. This is so pretty, and I love your daughter's analogy of you. I really love how you did the swirls with the different colors and the doubled wire. Those crystals are beautiful, and you chose a wonderful way to display them. This would make a gorgeous brooch or a pendant for a chain. Great job, Amy. And for Stacy, like it. Very creative and very well done. Love the Northern Lights. Love it. You had me at cats. Love this. Stacy, I understand what you mean. I love those cats looking towards the moon. You're so talented. Best wishes. So cute. Great combo of materials. Well, you have done a fabulous job on this piece. I adore cats, the night sky, and the Northern Lights as well. Your interpretation of the lights is so creative. I love seeing the yellow beads all around. They'll shine beautifully in the sunlight. Beautiful, Stacy. And for Karen, so cute. Love the details. What a gorgeous bracelet to represent such a full and beautiful life. Karen, I love your charm bracelet. Each design is fantastic. Good luck. Fantastic. I love all the thought that has gone into this. Wow, your wee charms are beautiful. Your bunny and seahorse are adorable. You're very creative. Great job. And for Ashita, great idea. Very beautiful, but I would like a little more body mass on the fairy to make it come alive more. What a beautiful and adorable fairy. This is so creative. Ashita, this is an awesome work. Love it. Good luck. Love this. Great story. Fantastic forms. Wow, this is amazing. Sculpting is something I've never tried. This takes real skill with dimensions. She looks like she's flying in mid-air. Great job, Ashita. And for Sharon, this speaks to me. Such a stunning representation of a wonderful life. Sharon, there's a reason why I love the Tree of Life. It represents our own existence from the moment we're born until we reach the end of our beautiful life. Beautiful work. Good luck. Great use of the different types of wire and techniques. Wow, especially with the background you chose, it looks like a beautiful scene in a peaceful forest at night. I also love that you included your family in the piece. Wonderful job, Sharon. And for Marie, good job. This is very sweet, and its story is also touching. Marie, I love your amazing work, the design and wire. Well done. Good luck. Fantastic. Great fall theme. Love the use of black wire. This pumpkin is so cute, and I love your wee acorn and how you hung it inside your pumpkin to keep him safe. A beautiful analogy of your new grandson. So cute. Fantastic job, Marie. And for Nicole, beautiful, very imaginative, great colors, brilliant. I absolutely love this little vignette. The colors really catch my eye, and it's just so cute and incredibly creative. Nicole, I find this work so creative. The colors you used are perfect. Good luck. Oh my, Nicole, this is absolutely a beautiful piece. Lovely, great theme, beautifully executed. This is a beautiful gardenscape. When the light is on, it really shows up your beads. Love all the color you used as well. Terrific job, Nicole.
The winner of this week's vote for the viewer's choice is Cynthia. Congratulations, Cynthia. Okay, guys, so now we come to the fun part where we choose the winner of week 1 of Live Wires for the Win. So, Patricia, would you like to tell us your favorites in order of preference?
All right. My most favorite was Amy's umbrella, very much because of the originality of the idea. My second favorite was Karen's charm bracelet, which again, it was so beautifully done and so much attention to detail. And thirdly was Cynthia's basket, which was just lovely.
Okay, and Mimi, which are your 3 favorites?
My 3 favorites for this week, my number 1 is Stacy, number 2 is Amy, and number 3 is Nicole.
Perfect. And my top 3 are Amy first with her umbrella, and then Stacy with the kitty cats, and Nicole with her beautiful garden. So the winner of this week's challenge is Amy. Congratulations, Amy. Good job, and great job, everybody, for your amazing works of art. So now comes the hard part. Because Live Wires for the Win is only a 5-week series this year, we are having to say goodbye to 2 people each week until we get to the final. So what we're going to do now is each of us will just say who we're considering to go home this week. So Mimi, which are the 3 participants that you are considering to go home this week?
Unfortunately, I would say Marie, and then Sabrina, and then Sharon.
Patricia, who are you considering to go home this week?
Sadly, Sharon, Marie, and Sabrina.
The participants that I'm considering to go home this week are Marie, Sharon, and Sabrina.
The judges were tied, so we went to the viewers' votes to decide. Sadly, we have to say goodbye to Marie and Sabrina this week. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your amazing creations.
Thank you to everybody for your amazing submissions. Be sure to tune in next week. Voting will be available on Monday for week 2 of Live Wires for the Win. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to be notified for the next video. Thank you so much to Patricia for being the regular judge on Live Wires for the Win this year, and to Mimi for being a guest judge today. And we will see you guys the next time. Bye.